All right, here we are coming back to what is the 12th episode of the Band of the Faceless. We are on a veteran Iron Man campaign, day 64 currently. We were a Northern Raider start and have more recently become mired a bit, I think, in the process of being delivery boys between the southern kingdoms and the one friendly northern kingdom to us, House Goswin. It's just, we're starting to do a lot of package delivery. And I know it tis this season, but we have had some limited success with it. We're seeing more and more advanced mobs in the wandering, and we're taking occasional losses, so we don't have a thoroughly high level dependable band yet, and have lost a few over time that I'm not sure our current path is going to scale, essentially. Right now we're kind of beat up. I'm going to take a look at what we have locally. We're a little bit low on food. We only have 2 days of provisions. We do have a decent amount of crowns, which can repair some of our provisions situation. But it's been feeling a little ruddy for the last episode or two, where we're just treading water and not really making great progress besides the size of our band overall. So it's more just a complaint without resolution, but I think that there might be something that we can do in the meantime. We did just take an ambition to kill 5 bands, of which we've killed 1 in terms of roving monsters or beasts. We killed some snakes, but it was at a fair amount of sacrifice. They were kind of damaging to us to take it out. I'm going to take a look and see, though. There's a fairly simple contract here. Hopefully I won't need to be proven wrong, and this will just be a delivery problem. You find Nasir Al-Fad. I'm not going to... Yeah, you find Nasir Al-Fad, the visor of war, feeding a bird in a cage. Every time we come across these guys, they're feeding a bird in a cage. I'm not exactly sure what weird stereotypical thing that is, but they seem to often greet us feeding birds. The bird is a collage of colors, some of which you're not sure you've ever seen before. Suspecting your presence or perhaps smelling it, Nasir Al-Fad, the visor of war, turns with a hint of disgust. You are scaring my bird, Crownling, so I will make this brief for her sake. There are nomads roaming the peripheral of my lands, and I need them destroyed. I am sure a man of your station would be willing to undertake such a simple, easy task. I can make this problem disappear. He gesticulates with his hands, pointing at his fingers as if counting, but it means nothing to you. Judging from experience, this is good payment for the task. You are to receive 430 crowns when the task is done. We need more. No way, he shouts, bursting with anger. We'll take your 430 to kill just a few. I think in the meantime, we are going to... I don't have anything really all that affordable. Their rice is probably the best price stuff they have. We're going to grab a little extra rice just to pad the way. Howdy, Jackie. How are you? Good to see you once again. Now, we're supposed to drive off the nomads to the west. Got a little distracted. Jackie, you have been far and wide the proper judge of audio and video setup. How are we doing today? Kapow? You hear a yelp and quickly rush to the noise. When you get there, you're not sure whether it was man or dog that produced it. Harmut the Butcher is holding a cleaver up and a war dog is rearing beneath him, both sides ready to lunge. The man sees you and quickly sweeps the weapon behind his back. The hound takes a squat and throws some puppy eyes your way, raising an eyebrow. You try not to make sense of the scene. Play nice now. A little loud. You're loyal. Yes, you are. There is a volume thing that you can turn down. Let me know if you need something adjusted to hit proper audio video satisfaction. Same. The man sees you and quickly sweeps the weapon behind his back. The hound takes a squat and throws some puppy eyes your way. Play nice now. The butcher scoffs. Oi, me and the bitch were just having a talk, that's all. Hartmut Red Meat. I think that's a debuff on his happiness, because we were all sort of recently happy. We didn't just heal. Oh, no, we did. We healed all of our open injuries, it looks like. Nice. Gonna get there before nightfall. Can't make out who you'll be facing. Hopefully it's not overly powerful. Oh, there's 2 outlaws. Whoa. I think we got duped. For 420 crowns, I don't know that we should be fighting a group of 4 nomad outlaws. That seems a bit outweighed. They may not charge because I have the fortifications and the slings. We're going to kind of start to enter and see what happens. Hold our backline guys for now. Yeah, it looks like they're going to fall back and let us come. Not totally against us just trying to whittle them down a little bit with our back end guys. I'd like to try to get a hit on that outlaw, but we're not gonna. Not gonna take that 4-5% chance. Just hold. Move into positions. See if we can get some collateral damage. Oh, no, we get a hit on the slinger. Not bad at all. I think I'm kind of content just to stand in line and wait to see if they come. Take another shot at one of their slingers. Nothing. You're gonna need a charge because I'm gonna get bored. move one forward. Just to stay out of pull mace range. Try to get the axeman on some of these shields. Collateral damage on that one almost kills him. We'll take it. Big pull mace on Mutar. Swing at his head. Actually, we're not, because we won't get off a second attack. First one is a decent little bash, but nothing great. I don't want to unleash the hound right in the midst of those guys. Thinking it would be somewhat deadly. A hold in case he gets a way to escape that situation. We missed the javelin, which could have been pretty keen there. I'm gonna split this guy's shield or work away at it. I think a warfork should do more than one damage. We're gonna let out our dog. Hope he circles around on the archer on the so let out a dog. Not sure if Mutar is gonna survive, but he didn't. We'll definitely go after your weakness. I'm sure we're gonna get a clean shot moving up here. Nothing. Except on him. Didn't work. His body's unprotected. Mostly fatigue right now is the problem. Got a good hit on his head leather. Quick hands, we're gonna switch. Did that mostly for the morale hit. And that breaks him. Just gonna hold and not waste any ammo. Oh, come on, dog. I think that means the dogs will kill him. We'll have to figure out this little UI bug. Why those disappear at times. Those little kind of things generally bother me just from the position that I am a software developer, and those little kind of bugs in the mix are always troubling. This guy has like no fatigue at all. I think we promoted him to the front line just recently, and he needs to really get buffed up, or he's not too useful up there. Three dogs should kill him. Alright, we did lose Mutar, and he had been with the company a long time. We'd put him in the back line because of his skills, and that was unfortunate. Alright. Get a little bit. We do got the triple mace. We got back Mutar's axe. Fire pot. Still, that was a lot more than what you would expect, I think, from a 1 crown skull 420 contract. Thought that would have been kind of a pushover. I think we got duped. So I think between the options of continuing to serve the Southerners who kind of spit at you. A servant heads you off from meeting Nasser al-Fad, the Visor of War. He hands you a scroll as well as a satchel. Despite having already handed you the paper, the servant puts his hands behind his back and looks at the ceiling as he recites. The crownling is rewarded 430 crowns as per prior arrangements. Having taken his reward, he is dismissed from the property post haste. The servant looks down at you and nods. Leave, he says. You gain 430 crowns. Yeah, they kind of treat you like crap. That is just not something that I think keeps us interested in serving the interests of the Southerners. And there's been some ramblings of holy war, and I think we know which side of that we're going to land on. So let's take a look at our buffs that we can add. So Remar upgraded. I'm going to give him stamina, initiative. We're going to buff his melee, being that he's in the front line. He's got a maimed foot. We're going to try to give him Pathfinder. Essentially that he's bumping it. I think it'll balance out that one additional action point. And give him back a little bit of that debuff from the maimed foot. Egbert, going to give stamina. I think melee defense and initiative. He's reached 5th level. We're going to give him, just confirm, this is a triple flail. Yep. We're going to give him a flail mastery. And we're also going to bump him to that triple flail. Alright, that's it as far as upgrades go. We are going to take our better of the 2 poleaxemen, I think, and give him the long axe. Bull forkman. Really do need, I think, another frontline guy. Barcud. Nobody's really standing out there as interesting. I don't think we just need to fill the spot with a body. And so his collapsed lung from that prior battle and the 40% permanent fatigue hit, I think that takes him out of the heavily armored and frontline mix. Doesn't have a weapon perk yet. We can pretty much give him anything. Even just taking off his armor only gets him back up to 55. Not sure that permanent wound is going to be survivable to keeping him in the company. I think we're going to take Hartmut, who has the better stamina of our backline guys. Move him forward. Give him some heavier armor. Standard shield. An axe. He should be able to operate a little bit better up front and maintain longer. I'm also going to give him a dog. Okay, so we're going to get out of here. We're gonna leave the south behind. A nice helmet that we need to get distributed. How did you, Casey? It's 7 and 130. It's 4 and... Oops, wrong one. These are a Northern Raider start. So the northern half of the map hates us. None of the barbarians who we started with have survived to now. But the monk, who was was part of the original 4, is the only guy that has survived all 65 days. And he's turned out to be a pretty rough and tumble javelin guy. Just gonna do a little musical armor. And probably call that good. And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to head back north, and because two of the kingdoms still hate us and are hostile, as well as a bunch of the civilian territories, we're going to go and raid some caravans, I think. See how we do at that. We have just about everything we need to survive. It'll take us 5 days to get up there. We're going to grab some dates too. We're just going to toss a fire pot on one of those guys just to have it there as an option. I also think we can sell the slings. Between those two, we're going to use the arming sword. I don't think we're going to pull mace. Yeah, we've been carrying this thing around. I haven't used it in weeks. So we'll clear some inventory space. Yeah, so you can see here, GKC, the factions. So there's still House Armsburg and Grimmen hate us, as well as a number of the civilian factions. We started up here at Vistad, and we're going to head back up in that direction and try to find some civilian goods to take. Fortunately, we have one kingdom that's been friendly with us, and it's rather large, so it let us apply a bunch of contracts. But so far, they've been mostly sending us on delivery jobs, and it's getting a little old. Is the Northern Raider start popular? I like it because it mixes it up. You have people that do and don't like you, and I mix it up with the unexplored map start, so only what's here is what you've seen, and that combination kind of makes it more interesting. Harder to survive in the beginning too, because you don't really know where to go to be safe. It just adds to the mix. Otherwise, you're pretty much just fighting the same things in the early game, I think. Krakendorf does like us. There we go. It's our injuries. We're clean. We're going to go take a look at what this was. I think it was a camp of goblins, if I remember right. Yeah. I think we're going to see if we can make a little profit off them. Getting a little experience. Yeah. So I think we're going to just try to go through these guys for the most part. I think we should be powerful enough. Back up this dog in case it goes down. Nice. Take his shield. Pierce his hand. Graze his kidney. Take his shield. Gonna put the dogs in, circle around, go after the archers. Nice hit. I think we are in a pretty good spot. Should get through this without losing a guy. Have a good one, JKC. I'll be around with doing this from time to time. If you want to check back or hit the follow and you'll know when I do it again. Nice. I was kind of thinking the dogs may just take him down entirely, but doesn't seem it. Nice. Took him out. Not too much damage. Nick or two on Emmerich, nick or two on Derek. And Hartmut. Got a level up. Picked up some salt, which should catch us a decent price. Let's take a look at the level up. We got 2 on Ubaid. He's got terrible health, so we should take some. But he's really not that good at all. Because we're relying on him to attack, I'm still going to take melee attack, and I'm going to take some ranged defense, keeping him in the back line. I'm going to give him crippling strikes. Alfgeir hits level 7. He is now our most astute guy. I'm going to give him more ranged attack. We're going to keep his resolve as high as possible. We're going to give him a little melee. Let's see. I swear we had given him footwork before. That must have been Neil's. Yeah. I think Berserk is a really strong perk. Just that it gives you the 4. Basically lets you rebuff on killing somebody. And do 5 on initiative. 3 on defense. We'll do 3 on health. I'm going to give him Executioner because most of our guys have crippling strikes. I like that combination basically. I'm going to give him flails. And buff his fatigue. It's a terrible one to take. Just +1 on Melee attack. His resolve's a little low. I think a +5 is a decent knock upwards on that. It's better than 10%. We're going to give him a little more melee defense. I already took his perk. Alright. Is there anything to distribute? I don't think so. All the goblin stuff tends to be small and not super useful. Thinking about graduating Dirk to a better weapon. It's 8 fatigue out of that. We can save him a little bit and give him a sword. I think we're going to do that. Alright. I want to clear a little of this map out. Being that it's almost daytime, it looks like that might be some goblins. Maybe some undead. I think that's usually like goblin feet. There's one point in the early game where we ran up that road and we were attacked by a number of different groups of goblins. Curious shipwreck. Atop some trees sits a large wooden structure. As strange as it seems, it looks a lot like a ship. Let's check it out. The ship is wrecked amongst the trees, some of which have long since started to grow through it. As far as you are aware, there is neither sea nor river for miles. Dirk walks up and halts at the very sight. By the old gods, is that a ship? You sigh and tell the company to stay here while you and the very observant sellsword go take a look. Yeah, let's see what's inside. You step into the bowels of the ship, and it's completely vacant save for a stump with an axe head chopped into it. Dirk looks at it. That's an axe head. Nodding, you say, there it is indeed, but the metal of it carries veins of some sort of golden hue. Getting closer to the stump, you can see embers flitting upward out of the wedge. Dirk taps your shoulder, and you find him pointing into the dark ship. Skeleton, dead one. Just faintly, you can see the pale bones. As you draw near, the clothing becomes apparent and readily obvious as royal attire. There's a cracked ale horn in one hand and a molded loaf of bread in the other. His jacket is blown open and shredded by splinters. Upon closer inspection, some of the wood is embedded in his brain pan. So they seem to be saying that the stump killed him? And they have to give you at least one of these things where it's good, right? And I haven't seen this event before. We're going to inspect the stump. Seeing as how the skeleton and his beer and bread ain't going anywhere, you leave it be. The axe head, however, draws your eye again. Dirk walks over to the stump and the glowing wedge. He tries to take it out. Finding no luck there, he steps back and kicks it further in. The trump cracks in twain. Should I say stump? The stump track cracks in twain, and the sellsword suddenly flies upside down, and the axe head shoots through the roof of the boat, and you can hear it clunk and clatter down its sides outside. Debris and smoke drift lazily about. The sellsword gets up and pats himself. What in all hell was that? You shush him and point. A little golden goose squats where the stump's base used to be. The sheen of its metal glows and squirrels. You have heard stories of a golden goose, but never thought they were anything beyond that. Is it real? Dirk stumbles forward. Sir, what are you doing? You wave him up and pick the golden goose up, holding it in both hands, and it feels oddly warm. And it isn't exploding or melting your face. You can feel its metal rippling ever so slightly against your fingers. It might even be growing. With the treasure safely huddled beneath your elbow, you wonder why the skeleton didn't fare better. Dirk walks up and touches the golden goose on the head, but quickly recoils it, and you ask if it burned him. The sellsword purses his lip. Really, sir? Was it not obvious? He sticks his finger in his mouth, and you tell him not to be so snappy with his commander, or you'll throw the goose at him and see if it makes short work of him as it did the skeleton. The man shrugs. Oh, look at the man chosen by a shiny bauble. Put a blade beneath a wing so it can knight ye. Or why the hell's not put it on your head and call yourself a king already? You look down at the goose. A drop of red blood runs down its length, turns gold, and drops to the ground with a tiny plink. You pick it up, bite it, the gold smushes satisfyingly in your teeth, and then throw it to Dirk. It does not burn him this time, and you realize you may have found a genuine golden goose from the tales. Tales tell true. So what does that mean? Golden goose. A small goose statue crafted from solid gold. A tiny golden egg mysteriously emerges from the statue once a day, and it generates 15 crowns daily. That's kind of goofy. Take it. Maybe I ran into that in the past. I think I might have got it through, at least that reward, through like a different event. Looks like some southern citizens. It's kind of nice. It takes down our daily like overhead by a decent percentage. Better than 10. Just trying to explore a little bit more of the map. We are low on tools, so I'm going to run into Wilkenstein. Actually, I'm going to skip it and go to Moosburg. And since Moosburg is the last friendly town nearby, we'll try to gear up there. Alright. We're almost ready to take on a group of 8 from Grimborg. Oh, they're coming after us. We should be able to beat feet and put some space between us and them. Didn't have any ranged guys, but we're not like super buff on ranged guys either. Sell the goblin stuff, no needs for it. Their prices are pretty good on food. I'm gonna pick up their 2 grain. And they're good on tools. Let's take a look at who they have for hire. Rolo the Deserter. Another Niels. Ingmar the Exile. He's buffed up with some pretty good gear. 1350. He's wearing a mail shirt. That mail shirt is probably worth like 700 alone, 750, depending upon where you get it. Yeah, I'm gonna try him out just to see. He's afraid of beasts. We're supposed to be hunting beasts. I don't know if I care. Yeah, we're gonna take on Ingmar. It'll be the second like noble that we've had in the party. I don't think the first one lived. Yeah, he did not. Those are 105. Give him some better headgear. Does have a good mail shirt. He doesn't really have the stamina to be wearing that heavy armor in the front line just yet. And we don't get an upgrade bump on him. Kind of wondering if we armor up Girlf, but he's sort of newish too. That makes better sense. Gonna put him in the center of the line. Make him a little more potentially survivable there. Moving the armor around again. I want to get that heavy shield on somebody. But you're going to lose another 8 fatigue on that. I'm just not ready to take that hit. Take a look, see if anything... Since they have an armory in town, a lot of times there's armor available in the market kind of cheap. They also give us a good price on our salt, so we'll take it. Sell that goblin shield and the buckler. Crappy hat. That's not a bad price on mail. Let's take a look at the armor itself. That's pretty cool looking. Okay, a bunch of stuff that we can't afford to buy. Eight days. And I think essentially we don't have that many guys in our front line. Like he'd take 2 extra fatigue. We got like 10. Take 1, get a little. Take 4 extra fatigue. Just trying to think mainly bang for the buck on the armor. I think we're gonna just go for a little more food because we're gonna head north. We already grabbed some tools. Their ammunition's kind of expensive. I'm gonna call that good. We're gonna get out of Dodge because that company in theory is still coming. Followers of the Band of the Faithless need not just be fighters. It appears that with the company's growing renown and prestige, there may be others willing to ride the coattails. Perhaps these tag-alongs might be of great utility to the company, even if they are not contributing on the battlefield. Let's take a look at our retinue. So we have 2 possible spots. We could get the brigand. And we'd see all caravans at all times. That'd be a nice bump. No, we don't have the money for any of these guys. But having the caravans in sight at all times does fit our intended play style. See what we got, see what we got. Those guys aren't at war. I think we just need to get out of Dodge, though. So Grimborg seems to have companies coming in both directions. And I don't think we know where Grimborg is. So in that mind, we're going to travel up here to the northeast, sort of east-northeast, and see where... Actually, we follow that all the way around, and it doesn't branch. Right. Alright, so we're going to move north, and we're going to go through the woods and hills here to get around Weissenfels, because Weissenfels has released some pretty big companies on us earlier. Alright, alright. So I'm going to try to get an idea. Whose tracks we're seeing here. Oh, look at that. The mercenaries are running. They're working for Vistad, all the way to the north up there. They're seriously not coming after us. I would think, like the average mercenary company, could still kind of kick our ass. Let's go check out over here. I think we're not against hunting other northern raiders either. There's 11 of them. Interesting. Who is chasing who? If they're running from us, does that mean we know they're weaker than us? Just on my experience of the average mercenary company, I would say that is not the case. So we discovered another town. Gonna push in just to see it. Hochberg. Hey, a friendly citadel. That was kind of unexpected. Being up this far north. Opening up the map a little bit more. Let's check out inside. Disbanded troops. With the local conflict now solved, many levied troops and their weapons are no longer needed. A good time to grab a bargain or hire experienced men. Let's see what we got. They have a kennel, and I am pro dog. They got good prices on dogs. It's about a third of our cash, though. We could sell. Yeah, I think we're going to trade a flail and a spear for a dog. Visit the tavern. Stay clear of the swamps. There's ghastly diseases. I don't know if we're going to live long enough to die from disease. Just curious. Is there any decent armor for cheap in the market? It's not terrible. Outweighs some of what we have going. I am gonna step away for half a second to grab something. I have a bit of a cigar habit. Smoke these small Partagas Puritos that I like quite a bit. And they're like just enough cigar to satisfy that intention. So we're going to keep moving to the north and just see what we can discover. Kind of do not know where Grimborg is or from whence they came. It could be this town right up here. That it is. They send a company out after us. There's a watchtower with another garrison in it. They just dispatched a second company on us. Got a small group of barbarians. I think we're going to farm them and see what we discover as we chase them. Can get to high ground with elf gear. Lash at their heads because they're unprotected. Nice hit on him, grazes his neck. Fancy barbarian footwork. I'm not sure that barbarians were that agile. I'm take an obstructed throw, see if we catch anything. We're going to move up to get 3 on that Reaver. Kind of a nice move, didn't really amount to much. Bit him in the face. Like it. To get Niels over to high ground to improve some of his chances. Sort of trying not to take the bait to go into this spot here and get into both of their range. So I'm actually just going to rest Emmerich that turn. And we're also trying to make him come to us. Dog's doing some work. We should take him. Nice. Should be able to sell those hammers for decent cash. Shouldn't probably be counting it before it appears. Ooh, big hit. Right. Let's get into it. Kind of setting ourselves up for that same big swing. Nice hit. So he's still taking, even though we took Pathfinder, he is still taking his extra debuff for every move. I thought the math would have worked out for us in our favor, but the main foot is still laying him down. I'll drop a dog into the mix. Yeah, nice. See what the dogs can do. Come on. Nice. Dogs broke him. Axeman missed him. We're just going to go in favor of damage here. Also hoping that we break his morale. Take one big round at us. No, he must be tired. A lot of wounds on him now. His body armor's gone, so we're just gonna do regular. And he's broken. Fork should do it. Nice. So Ingmar broke his fingers. Gerloff gotta level up. We got one of the axe hammers. I mean, where did it disappear to? Let's do our level up. Sorry about that. Hit the mic. Yuck. So, there is a tribal. Now that we have Hochberg, we're gonna see what we can do around here because we have a spot to go back to and resupply at, much closer than we've had in the past. Not gonna get to that by nightfall. Some barbarian thralls and warhounds. So we're going to clear that camp in the morning so we don't get a debuff on our range guys. But our main goal here is to buff up a little bit on both experience for the group. Let's see. His crushed finger, minor 5% nick on melee and ranged. We can leave him in the mix with that. Dawn's about to break. Gotta remember his foot like every time. 'Cause he just can't do the expected actions without fatiguing. Dogs are doing some business. Lash to the head. Good stuff. Nice. That went pretty swimmingly. I think one little nick on Remar for the whole battle. And it went quick. Picked up the silverware. That's a nice little take. So, with that, before we get too deep, we're going to go back to Hunchberg and sell some of that gear. See if we get a good price on any of it. Try to avoid the Grimborg troops. Because they definitely seem to be around. Alright. Good price. Good enough on the silverware. And on the figurines. We like our javelins not crooked. We like our clubs and axes made out of metal. We're going to buff his fatigue, even though we lose like 40% of it. And buff his initiative and his melee defense. Thinking we should take Brawny here to try to gain back the hit on fatigue from anything he's wearing. It's not going to gain back that much because he's only had 7 off his robes, but it might let us put something heavier on him. Alternatively, we could take the Axe Mastery and build up less fatigue. I'm going to go with that for now, see how it works out. We may just need to retire some of these guys with permanent injuries because they're going to weigh us down in the long term. We're still at 5 days of food. We got 10 days of provisions. Or 10 days of cash. To grab some more provisions to balance that equation out just a bit. We still have well-priced dogs. And the dogs are really working for us. Let's see. If we have a spot for at least 2 more dogs on the front line, we're going to add one. Nice. Ingmar's crushed finger healed. Of its own accord. So, I think we want to get up in here, but we don't want to get chased around by the companies from Grimborg. So we're going to take the long way back. Now we're basically hoping for caravans. Oh, we found a town. Grubenfest, we found a citadel. Many footmen, a standard bearer, and a sergeant. We're gonna move out. A plethora of barbarian thralls. And a few barbarian drummers. Not sure we want to get rocked by that particular combination. Looks like they're holding that mountain pass. I'm going to use the fact that we're running away as an opportunity to explore a little. Looks like we could potentially get hemmed in here. We found a plethora of barbarian reavers and a drummer. Right. We're not really serving our core directive, which is to cash by raiding caravans. So we're going to move back in. It seems like we're probably operating in the red almost. I'm not sure who that is going to the south, but that could be a caravan. Nope. Probably some peasants that went to Hochberg. I think we're still mostly good all around. A couple more days. It's a fairly buffed brigand camp. Not sure we want to take unnecessary risks while we're out and about like this. Hopefully that is not going to spawn necroservants to come and attack us in the night. So, what we're going to do is try to get up and around to Vistad and see what we can do. Got a feeling like 3 days of provisions. Can we get back around to Hochberg in that time? Maybe. Last time we were near Vista, they sent a lot of soldiers after us, and it only turned out to be of limited profit. There are some brigands who are plundering our prey. I think we might have something to say about that. Many brigand raidens and a few brigand marksmen, and they're coming for us. We'll take that. I think on balance here, we should be assisted by the number of dogs that we have, but we don't want to spend them unnecessarily. I'm going to shield wall up a turn. See what we can do from a ranged basis. I'm going to try to get to some higher ground with our more vulnerable guys. We get Niels to the high ground. We went up a level, we went back to up a level, and previously we were able to shoot further than that. It's a bit wacky. Nice throw. don't really have that many ranged guys for this to be all that effective. Guy just presented in a way that looks like he might be exposed. Not gonna waste javelins on a shield wall. They're basically moving their skirmishers into range. Got a clean shot on their marksman, though, which we're going to take. Miss him. We're just going to shield wall up here. But on this gent, we're going to go out to meet him. He's already mostly fallen apart. Big Warhammer hit. So the question is, what to plan for? I think here, we'll move him up here, and we're going to put a dog in the mix on this guy to try to get rid of him. Come down and cover kind of this gap. The guy we have a good shot at, we're going to try to take him. Advance the axeman, and we're going to let some dogs out. We get our long axe in position to assist on those shields. Dog is doing some business on. Also move down to be potentially in position. Guy's got a military pick. Decent hit. Try to kill one of their marksmen. Aim shot from up high. Misses. Kind of like this as we might get the collateral. Quick switch. Saw somebody just playing that had F1, F2 to do those switches, and I do not know how that happened. Berserker helped us there. Circle around. Might lose a dog. Gonna try to take his armor. Destroys it. Get above him and get a spear into him. Destroys his armor back. Getting in position. Takes his shield. So now he has no shield, no armor. Swinging his body. Shield bash so we can move in. Try to take that shot one more time. Worked out that time. Everything's pretty obstructed. Instead of wasting the javelins, we're going to move in a little. Didn't really free up anything. So we're going to hold, see if something does. Move up. Unleash a dog down low. It's kind of at a disadvantage, but may end up helping us. Gonna move in. Attack this rage. We're not surrounded. Another dog into the mix. Killed one of our dogs. You bastard! He has no armor left, only shield. I'm going to pull him back to relative safety behind his shield, because we don't really want to lose him with no armor and about 2/3 of his health. He'd be one good hit away from being done. I take 11%. Nice. Gear has been, over all these episodes, our most reliable of the bunch. Take his shield. Swing around and get on him so that we can lash him next round. Get the fork in on the now shieldless guy. Oof! That was out of nowhere. Wow. That hit was out of nowhere. Dang it. Thought we were going to get through this pretty clean.
about him as well. Stay out of range of the billman. Thought that could have been it. We need just like one good hit. It goes in 6 turns. We gotta try to concentrate fire on him to break his morale if we can. Killed the archer. That's not going to do it. Get behind him. There we go. Perfect. Out of. Circle around and get behind him. And we're going to back up and get out of the frag of that billman to save Hartmut, because he's only one good hit away from death. Just leave him be. He does have a cleaver in his belt, but there's really no need. Used to be in the way back on Battle Brothers when you had one guy left and had him surrounded, he would actually fight for it. Not sure why they took that out. Thought it was kind of an interesting mechanic. But I'll take the saved. Man, Ingmar the Exile did not do good. So he was in 6 battles. Was that our exiled noble? Yeah, it was. Man. Exiled nobles don't have the longest of life expectancies. Nice morning star. Some heavy headgear. Some shirts we could repair up. I do have a free dog now. So we're going to close the line. Nice. Ubaid can bump a little bit. We're going to give him a little bit of health, a little bit of melee attack, a little more initiative. We're also going to give him Executioner. Our basic strategy of Crippling Strikes and Executioner to be our extra buff in battle. So 140 and 9. I think it's worth throwing that rusty helm on Egbert, who is probably one of our more long-lived guys at 50 days. Him and Hartmut in the front line. Surprised Hartmut didn't pull an injury in that last batch. He's got 11 fatigue and 105. Bump up 1 fatigue and give him plated. It's going to need some repairs. Six and 105. Not sure how much time we're going to have to repair the stuff before we need it in battle, which is kind of weighing the decision here as to when to move it in. 7 and 110, 6 and 105. We're going to put these heavy helms on our outside guys. Coif, the internal. We still have this 6 and 105. We're going to take this as more disrepair. Move the leather helmet back here. Drop a repair on this one. I think we want to repair on this one and possibly this one to see where we net out. That would be our best armor getting repaired. Morningstar is kind of an effective weapon. I think both these guys have axe mastery. Oh, no, Remar does not. So 10, 35, 45. He does get to bash shields. 10, 35, 45, 100 effective. I think the hand axes are still a better deal. I don't have the possibility for stunning guys, though. We do have a dog to distribute. It's almost dogs across the board. All right. And we have the kite shield in the mix too. I think we're just going to distribute that by available fatigue because you got another 6 taken on it. And we're going to put our good shields, or at least our as best as possible condition shields, into the mix. 70 and 3. There we go. All right, musical armor. Almost finished. Excellent. Let's see something. That must have been a mod I saw on another stream where they could F1 the or F2 function button the available belt weapons, which seems pretty useful. While traveling the land, Ortwin gets struck by birdshite. It hits his sword hand and splashes crosswise all over his armor. His arms go wide like chicken wings as he looks at the damage. Bloody hell, just my luck. Yeah, don't dwell on it. And now he's mad because he got shit on. That's alright. I'm gonna move around Vestat. Whew, they sent the kitchen sink against us. 17 guys. So that's gonna change our plan. Besides which, we only know of Hochberg nearby. So what we're gonna do is try to circle around. Yeah, this is not the greatest of plans. Some signs of battle. An occupied watchtower. And we would be one of the people they're watching for. More signs of battle. We don't have the tools to do the repairs that we need. We're not spotting anything that we can plunder. About 2,500 on knowing where all the caravans are seems like a good investment at this point. Got some altitude, so we're getting some visibility. We found a little valley. So we just ran out of tools. That Steinberg company is still coming for us. I guess they were actually just going to Steinberg, more than likely. But as is the bias, we took it to be a personal attempt on our lives. So I think we're going to come back around. And if that was a plethora of thralls, I think we're going to try to raid that camp and see what we can get as far as gear, because we're running low on food. Probably down to 2 days, yeah. We got about 4 in cash. Get up on these hills so we get better sight lines. A few unholds that they're running. Want to have the unhold support the camp we're about to attack. So just double check everybody's in decent condition, or as decent as we can hope for. I think those tools running out are mostly repairs on the armor that we have in reserve. Everybody looks pretty decent. We'll take a look. A plethora of barbarian thralls and a drummer. 17 of them. Fortunately, we have a lot of dogs to try to even out the numbers. So I think what we're going to have here is mostly a desire to get our dogs into the mix early. Fighting in the snow is going to slow us down a little bit. really have any unobstructed shots. If we move there, we'll block the Warfork guy moving forward. I don't really think we want to move him forward because of we want these spots for our backline guys getting attacks out. So we're going to try to get this guy in the center. Nice shot. Got a couple kills down. This guy is one of their better armored. I'm gonna get in there and try to break that armor. Put a dog on. Dogs are definitely going to be evening out the odds here. Then we're going to lose this corner. Well, only in a way. I think we're going to rely on damage. He just buffed them all. Get in here and take his shield. Well, they seem to all be out initiativing us. Is initiativing a word? 100%. The end of the round. They still have a one-man advantage on us. Let's see if the dogs can even anything out. Nice. Not bad, dogs. Take it. Got the guy that rounded the corner. We are winning on damage. Damage alone. That guy's broken. We're going to take your shield. Take you down. They're breaking. With your gimp foot, you can only move forward one. So I'm going to get a hit on this guy. Miss. Triple flail, beat him down. This guy's near death, almost breaks. Ooh, don't kill our dog. Nice. Got one dog that's slow. Like he's slower than the other guys. I'm gonna move up just to try to surround this guy and take another fatigue hit on him. We're gonna get our other guys up to surround. We'll start to head after the drummer boy. Everybody's broken, so we're going to advance. Got our gimp foot guy, so we're going to keep him local. And kill this guy just so he doesn't choose to get back in the mix. We're going to move one out of range on him. And he's retreating. You. Get him, dog. Nice. I think it's going to be mostly about the dogs chasing him down from here. We'll try to support that as wholeheartedly as we can. I don't think I have any more dogs unreleased. I don't believe we lost one either. How does he move before the dogs move? He's gonna get away. Maybe he'll panic and go in the wrong direction. Nope. Yeah, not bad. Kind of straightforward. Oof. Incorruptible barrier. A reinforced wooden heater shield made from the finest materials and crafted by a master shield maker, and a frozen plate covered hide. Awesome. Nice ones. And we get a nice bump of food and cash. That one worked out quite nicely. Let's see who we're going to put that on. First do our level ups. Dirk the Beast Hunter. We're going to hit him with health, fatigue, and initiative. He's got Colossus and Executioner. We're also going to give him crippling strikes just to be part of the crowd. Niels, we give him +4 on ranged. We'll try to bump his initiative up a little more since his shaken injury. We're going to give him a bit of range defense. We're also going to give him Berserk, because that's such a strong perk. Alright, 14 Incorruptible Barrier 2020. That thing's awesome. So, of our guys, I think we have to say that seniority is the key. He's got a little bit of health to sacrifice. Although, the awesome armor, yeah. So we are going to reward Egbert the Thief for living as long as he has by some awesome gear. Which he netted out quite a bit more protection, and he's got a little more fatigue for the balance. Okay, so let's sort what we got. We have some 11105. I don't think we picked up any tools. So you are 12 and 55. We can't really repair, so we're going to distribute, I think, our best case scenario armor around for the near term. 72. He's wearing his god armor now. That was a pretty cool pickup. I like that one. I don't think I've seen that stuff before. And that's kind of sad because I have an ungodly amount of hours in this game. We want to go because we just have better armor on these guys than what is their current armor damaged. 70, 72. Could rotate in the 75 on him temporarily. He's wearing 80. We essentially want all this stuff fixed, but at the moment I don't think we have the tools for it. Picked up some nice baubles. That was a profitable moment there. Stay away from the unholds, because I think they may rough us up. I actually did pick up enough tools and equipment. CPU just jumped. So we're going to get repairs going. Let's see where we get to. We're only a few tools short of perfection. Why am I all of a sudden choppy? All tabbed in and out, and that seemed to have cleaned it up. That looks like a big company. In a fight. Looks like we're catching up to a big company that might have gone into that watchtower. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Oop, they saw us. Looks like we can get to the roads and run, which we're going to. We're going to run into Hodgeberg. Too late. Dang. Now we're going to have to run. It's kind of rough being a pirate to some degree. Where these guys want to kill you. See if we can sneak back if he gave up on us. He's not in sight. Looks like he turned around. We'll sneak back into Hodgeberg. Alright. Good prices on our trinkets. Paint a shield or helmet red. Sell a lot of the is stuff that we're never going to use. Not going to use that throwing spear. I just can't get around the waste of like one shot. Let me get this Adarga onto someone else. I tend to go after Rymar a lot, and I think that's because his armor's a little lower than some. I'm going to give him a better shield. He's got 66, 95 on 10. Take him at 12 at 110, 14. We're going to go 12 and 110. Dirk is 73 with 80 and 8. I'll take him just under 70. Alright, our front line is a bit more buffed. I don't know if Raban is ever going to be able to wear very heavy armor. One more fatigue for a nice buff. Seems to be a good fit for him, though. We're going to drop Nomad Male. For some reason, I kind of like the idea of that helmet being red. Doesn't let it? No. No. Okay, can't. Can we make your helmet red? What am I doing wrong there? Right click or drag onto the helmet carried by the currently selected character in order to paint it. Item will be consumed. Helmet. Helmet. Yeah, what the hell? No? Not quite sure what I'm doing wrong there. Let's see if we can make this guy's helmet red. Oh, okay. Perhaps there are some limited skins. $8 and $85. $75. Alright, so our band of raiders has survived a little longer. We went up into the north to raid caravans and instead have ended up raiding other barbarian camps and have done so to a fairly profitable degree. sell off a bunch of stuff that we aren't going to use. We're going to need to gear up, so we'll take some tools. We need 4. We just got 20. We'll have 16 left. We want to take their grain. I think we want to take their goat cheese. That'll give us 4 days of food. See what we got. We could use another archer, really. Like a witch hunter. Or just a decent bowman. Because that is one spot when we kind of get into a face-off with somebody with a lot more archers. We tend to fall off a little bit. We have this 9 and 140 fully repaired. It's 6 and 105. Got a pretty solid set of armor now across the board. I really like this guy's stuff. Makes me want to go hunt more barbarians. There was that other one up there that was a plethora of reavers, but I have a feeling we may not fare as well as we did against the thralls. Yeah, I've seen some unholds, guy. Thank you. All right, I think we're going to call it there. That's about 2.5 hours on the stream. About where I should cut it off, I think. Yeah, like all great plans, we ended up moving back into the north to try to stop being errand boys for the folks down in the southern part of the map. And it actually went pretty well. We ended up getting ourselves into a better position. I think we upped the strength of the party overall, although we did lose a guy or two in the process. I think in the next bit we're going to move back down and see if we can raid anything between Weissenfels and Eisengrab. It seems like there should be some more towns. We've never made it to the east of Vistad and found out what's on that side of the map. But I think otherwise we've followed most of the roads that we've come across and have a decent idea as to where things connect to. So this is still the only real mystery. It feels like these guys should have more, but they do not. They're just these 3 little spots. So that's going to wrap it for this 12th episode of Band of the Faceless. If you're watching, thanks much for watching now. If you're watching this later on VOD or on YouTube, thanks for watching it then. Always would appreciate a follow or a subscribe if you are doing so. Just to kind of let me know that you're out there and it's worthwhile to push these things. Thanks much. See you around.